Assalamualaikum. So Group 3 will be presenting about roles of regional alliances in conflict resolutions. So basically, as our world becomes increasingly interconnected, the dynamics of international relations underscore the significance of cooperative efforts among nations within specific geographic regions. Regional alliances serve as instrumental platforms fostering diplomacy, security, and economic collaboration, offering unique mechanisms for conflict resolutions. These alliances ranging from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization (NATO) to the Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN) play multifaceted roles in maintaining regional stability. They serve as forums for dialogue, negotiation, and establishment of common ground, facilitating the resolution of disputes that may otherwise escalate into conflicts. By promoting mutual understanding and trust among member states, these alliances contribute to the creation of a conducive environment for peaceful coexistence. Moreover, regional alliances often serve as collective security mechanisms, deterring potential aggressors and enhancing the defense capabilities of member nations. Through the pooling of resources and expertise, these alliances created a united front against external threats, thereby reducing the likelihood of conflict escalations. The collaborative nature of these alliances also extends to humanitarian efforts, disaster response, and the promotion of sustainable development, addressing underlying issues that could otherwise fuel tensions. In essence, the roles of regional alliances in conflict resolution are multifaceted, encompassing diplomatic, security, and developmental dimensions. As we navigate the complexities of our global landscape, understanding and harnessing the potential of these alliances become imperative for fostering a more peaceful and harmonious world. So let's look into the historical context of this topic. So regional alliances have played a crucial role in conflict resolution throughout history. One notable example is the Concert of Europe, a series of alliances and agreements among major European powers in the 19th century. The Concert of Europe helped to maintain a balance of power and stability, ultimately contributing to the resolution of conflicts and the prevention of major wars in Europe for several decades. Additionally, regional alliances such as the North Atlantic Treaty Organization (NATO) have been instrumental in resolving conflicts and maintaining peace in their respective regions. These alliances demonstrate the importance of regional cooperation and coordination in addressing and resolving conflicts. Alliances have indeed evolved significantly over time, playing a crucial role in shaping regional stability. From ancient military alliances to modern political and economic partnerships, the impact of alliances on regional stability has been profound. These alliances have the potential to foster cooperation and deter aggression and promote peace and security within the region. However, they can also create tensions and power imbalances that may lead to instability. Understanding the dynamics of alliances and their historical evolution is essential in analyzing their impact on regional stability and in shaping future diplomatic strategies.
The European Union is one of the regional alliances in the world. It contains 27 countries who work as a political and economic alliance within the members. The EU strives to deliver stabilization and peace in close coordination with the member states, combining conflict prevention, mediation, and peace building in an effective way. The conflict in Balkan can be one of the examples of how EU plays their role in resolving conflict of its member states. It has employed diplomatic effort, peacekeeping mission, and provided economic and political support to promote stability and reconciliation. The EU facilitated negotiation, encouraged dialogue, and implemented measures to address underlying issues contributing to the resolution of conflict and the region's overall stability. There are some approaches taken by the EU to conflict prevention. The approaches involve promoting economic and political integration among member states. By fostering close economic ties and interdependence, the EU aims to create incentives for peaceful cooperation. The idea is that shared economic interests reduce the likelihood of conflict. Politically, the EU encourages democratic governance, respect for human rights, and the rule of law among its members. The accession process for new members involves adherence to these principles. These integration models aim to create a community of nations with common values, reducing the potential for political dispute and fostering stability. Additionally, the EU engaged in conflict prevention through diplomatic means, acting as a mediator in regional disputes and providing support for peace-building initiatives. The combination of economic, political, and diplomatic efforts underscores the EU's comprehensive strategies for preventing conflicts within its member states.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Karinisa binti Arnizam. My metric number is 07359. Now I'm going to continue the presentation with African Union. The African Union was officially launched in 2002 in Durban, South Africa. It consisting of the 55 member states that makes up the countries of the African continent. AU focused toward increased cooperation and integration of African states to drive African growth and economic development. The AU is guided by its vision of an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa driven its citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena. AU have been involved in several conflict resolutions, and one of them was peacekeeping mission in Sudan. This peacekeeping mission addressed the crisis in Darfur, where violent conflict had happened between rebel groups and the Sudanese government. The conflict has led to widespread human rights abuse and displacement of civilians. The African Union mission in Sudan, AMIS, was tasked with monitoring the ceasefire, protecting civilians, and facilitating humanitarian assistance. It played a crucial role in providing security and monitoring the situation on the ground. Later, AMIS worked with the UN and established UNAMID. Some of the challenges faced by AU was inadequate financing and limited military resources. Thanks in the success of regional collaboration in addressing African conflict. First, it was effective in promoting dialogue and negotiation between conflicting parties. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, mediated peace agreement in Sudan and the protracted negotiation by IGAD and its external partners produced the 2005 Comprehensive Peace Agreement that led to the birth of South Sudan in July 2011. Second, it also has become instrumental in coordinating and deploying peacekeeping forces to conflict zones. With the continued fighting in South Sudan, IGAD, alongside the AU and UN, has attempted to deploy a peace support operation that will help manage the humanitarian crisis that has engulfed the new state.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayo Atira, and today we will delve into the fascinating history of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or better known as NATO. So formed in 1949, NATO has been a cornerstone of global security for over 7 decades. As we journey through its history, we find that NATO's roots is deeply embedded in the Cold War era, where it played a crucial role in deterring the Soviet aggression. So over time, NATO has evolved, expanded its membership, and adapting to the changing geopolitical landscape, all while maintaining the core principle of collective defense under Article 5 of the NATO Treaty itself. Moving on, NATO's historical significance goes beyond military defense, so it has actively engaged in humanitarian efforts and disaster relief, showcasing its commitment to the well-being of nations beyond the scope of traditional defense measures. Alright, now let's shift our focus to the specific instances where NATO stepped to maintain peace and security, starting off with the Balkans in the 90s. So, NATO's intervention in Bosnia and Kosovo played a pivotal role in resolving conflicts and stabilizing the region, demonstrating its commitment towards addressing complex challenges. Next, I'm going to talk about NATO's longest mission, which is in Afghanistan from 2001 to 2021. So, NATO's troops contributed significantly to the stability and the counterterrorism efforts, showcasing the organization's adaptability in addressing evolving threats. Last but not least, NATO's intervention in Libya in 2011 for civilian protection during the Libyan civil war further underscores its commitment to upholding humanitarian values. And additionally, NATO has been a key player in global fight against terrorism. For example, it provided support to the United States and its allies in the aftermath against the tragic events of 9/11. As we conclude, it's essential to recognize NATO's ongoing adaptations to new security challenges in the 21st century. So the organization remains a vital force for maintaining peace, security, and cooperation among its members of nations. And NATO's historical journey and intervention showcases its resilience, adaptability, and unwavering commitment in ensuring the safety and well-being of the North Atlantic region and beyond. That's from me. Thank you.
ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, played a significant role in regional alliances and by promoting cooperation, peace, and stability among its member states. It served as a platform for dialogue and collaboration on various political, economic, and security issues in the Southeast Asian region. ASEAN also works to strengthen ties with other regional alliances and organizations such as the East Summit and the ASEAN Regional Forum to address common challenges and promote regional integration. ASEAN roles in regional alliances can be seen in several key areas. First, economic cooperation that has established ASEAN Free Trade Area. Second, political and security cooperation that serve as a platform for dialogue and cooperation on security and political issues affecting the region. Third, ASEAN promotes social-cultural cooperation among its members through various initiatives. In the context of the South China Sea disputes, ASEAN has faced challenges in presenting a unified response to China's assertiveness with individual member states relying on external partnership and organization as a whole, preferring conflict avoidance and management. The gradual pace of the Code of Conduct processes allowed China to build up military capabilities and consolidate operational control over its clear water and feeders in the South China Sea. While ASEAN approach conflict management has limitations, it remains a key player in fostering regional cooperation and maintaining its central role in regional cooperation mechanisms. The organization's effort in conflict resolution, particularly in the South China Sea, reflect the complexities of managing disputes in the region with competing interests and power dynamics. Economic integration in Southeast Asia has significant impacts on regional stability. First, increasing financial integration in Southeast Asia could improve the productive capacity of the economy, leading to more investment and promotes efficient allocation of capital. Second, addressing regional challenges. Regional economic integration is one of the most effective ways of fostering stability, addressing regional challenges, and increasing rates of economic growth. Third, strengthening national and regional resilience. The stability of each member state of the ASEAN region is an essential contribution to the overall development and stability of the region. A cooperative, peaceful regional framework is better suited to ensure this objective than a competitive regional approach. Fourth, alternative solution for regional peace and security. In the absence of the military cooperation in ASEAN and East Asia, economic integration offers an alternative solution for promoting regional peace and security. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership (RCEP) has the potential to alleviate security tension due to ASEAN's critical roles in the region. Fifth, increase bilateral trade interdependence. Increased bilateral trade interdependence and global trade openness are key elements in promoting peace in Southeast and East Asia. However, there are also challenges and hurdles in the process of economic integration in Southeast Asia. First, low level of economic integration. Among ASEAN subregions, Central and South Asia have the lowest level of economic integration, with the intra-regional trade remaining low and significantly below the level seen in Southeast Asia. Divergent political interests. ASEAN faces challenges due to divergent political interests and its member countries, which may hinder the progress of regional integrations. Third, global economic crisis impact. The global economic crisis has the potential to dampen the pace of ASEAN integration, but it also presents an opportunity for countries to re-evaluate their strategies and strengthen regional incorporations. In conclusion, economic integration in Southeast Asia has the potential to promote regional stability and economic growth. However, it is essential to address the challenges and hurdles that stand in the way of further integration, such as divergent political interests and the impact of global economic crisis. Strengthening regional cooperation and finding alternative solutions for regional peace and security, such as the RCEP, can help foster stability and address regional challenges in the area.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Sabrina binti Abdullah. My matrix number is 074470, and today I'll be explaining about the Gulf Council Corporation. So Gulf Council Corporation, or GCC, is considered as one of the most important regional organizations in the Middle East and North African region, which effectively solve some of the crises in the sub-region and the wider Middle East. However, what are the roles of GCC in resolving conflicts within the Gulf region? So according to GCC Charter, the member states have not established an organization to settle or resolve regional disputes. However, Article 10 of the Charter calls for the Commission for Settlements of Disputes. So this commission works under the supervision of the GCC Supreme Council and is not an independent body and therefore cannot settle disputes without referring them to the Supreme Council. There are two roles of GCC in resolving conflict. The first one is military intervention. Although there were disputes between the GCC states, however, this dispute did not lead to military conflict as the countries were trying to solve the conflict in peaceful manner. As mentioned earlier, the member states did not establish an organization to resolve conflict or disputes, as they did not place high priority on security and defense. However, when it comes to member states, they band together to help each other and to support the state. So, in this context, we can see in the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait as one of the biggest challenges to GCC as an organization. So GCC agreed to the American and international military intervention to liberate Kuwait and restore its sovereignty. So during the Iraqi invasion, the GCC participated in the Peninsula Shield Force, or PSF, and provided military support to Kuwait. Next is diplomatic method. States employ some diplomatic means to resolve conflicts between countries and other actors in international arena without resorting to military force. As I mentioned earlier, GCC was not created to settle disputes. However, its member states have attempted to resolve some of the conflicts on its behalf. For example, the GCC has intervened to resolve border disputes between Qatar and Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Bahrain, and also Oman and Yemen. One of the other examples that I could give is in one of the longest disputes that GCC faced, which lasted for 65 years, was the Hawa Island dispute. The Hawa Island dispute was between two GCC members, which are Bahrain and Qatar, in which the GCC was unable to settle to negotiations and mediation. Next is the effectiveness of GCC in promoting peace and stability within the Gulf region can be seen in two things, which are economic cooperation and also crisis management. So the GCC promotes economic cooperation among its member states by facilitating trade and investment. This collaborative approach will help fostering economic development and reducing disparities among member countries. For example, oil production between Saudi Arabia and UAE, while they are competitors in the global oil market, they also cooperate in various aspects of the energy sector joint ventures and investment in oil and gas exploration, production, and also refining projects. Next is crisis management. The GCC played a big role in terms of humanitarian assistance. During a crisis, the GCC will provide humanitarian assistance to affected countries, demonstrating solidarity and contributing to stability by addressing the urgency of humanitarian needs. For example, the GCC countries supported Iraq economically and financially during the Iran and Iraq war. They provided over $30 billion in aid and support, especially Saudi Arabia and Kuwait were one of the most supportive of Iraq during the war. However, the ineffectiveness of GCC as an organization to promote stability can be seen during the Hawa Island disputes, as GCC was unable to settle through negotiation and Qatar took the disputes to the International Court of Justice. Other than that, the role of GCC in resolving the Iraq and Iran war was ineffective because the GCC did not take a clear stance to resolve the war, as each country in the GCC had different policies towards the war. Some GCC members states supported Iraq economically and financed the war, like Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, while others such as Oman, Qatar and UAE took a neutral stance. That's all from me, thank you.
So to wrap up the whole presentation that been made by my friends earlier, the roles of regional alliances in conflict resolution are multifaceted and crucial. Regional alliances can serve as mediators, leveraging their influence and relationships to facilitate dialogue and negotiation between conflicting parties. They can also provide a platform for diplomatic efforts and support for peacekeeping missions. Furthermore, regional alliances can contribute to the implementation of peace agreements by providing security guarantees and monitoring mechanisms. Overall, regional alliances play a significant role in conflict resolution by offering a combination of diplomatic, political, and security support to address complex regional conflicts.